Hey up! How's it going? I think I'm live via Streamlabs. Looks that way. Sounds that way. Is my sound working? Is there anybody there? Someone say something. Or I might have shit the bed. There we go. Although it does say 0 viewers. That's weird, isn't it? How's everyone doing? It's the BBC Spews Live. I've already done one BBC Spews this Sunday, right? Well, I put it out on Friday. So I thought, fuck it. I'll do a live one. Let's wing it. Quiet today. There's always someone, isn't there? Let me see if I can turn the volume up a tiny bit. There we go, how's that? You're not getting any louder. It does my head in when it's too loud. It sort of reverberates in my lugs. Right then. First things first, I want to read this great piece on the conservative woman before I start on the BBC. Because one of my many, what's the term? Covert operatives. Yeah, this not the guy in the Met. This is a friend of mine who writes under a nom de plume for conservative women. And this is a great piece. So I'm going to read you guys it because it's well written. Needless to say, we don't disagree on much, me and Mr. Barker. Right, let's go, shall we? It says, I hope that looks all right on the screen because, yeah, I'm sort of new to Streamlabs, but let me see, maybe as I zoom in a bit. Yeah, there we go, that looks better, doesn't it? So it's sick and tired of the culture war. You'll love what comes next. Have you noticed how my voice goes posher when I'm reading things out? It's like I feel as if I'm trying to do it on the news. I'm like Trevor McDonald, but with a less cool voice. Sick and tired of the culture war. You'll love what comes next. There is a reason that those of us on the cultural right appear to be perpetually wrong-footed by leftists. Namely, that postmodernists understand the deep importance of symbolism and its relation to reality itself. Totally right. And for a long time I've been saying, don't you think we really, really need to try harder to control things that old school conservatives don't think are important? Like old school conservatives like Roger Scruton, you know, like educated, clever people. They're just scornful of like Hollywood or Harry Potter, you know, like pop culture stuff. They go like, ugh, that's for the cretins, don't you know, sort of Jacob Rees-Mogg types. But if you let the left own all of those things, they do take over. Like, your reality is, and your perception is shaped by the cultural icons that we have. You might not think it means anything, but if like Noel Gallagher starts gobbing off about the Labour Party, that means something, and it's helpful to the insane communists that are obsessed with ruling the world. And I think it's really important. So a link to what this guy's saying, it's not just symbolism. That I'd go further and say it's like pop culture iconography as well that's important. You know, shitty fucking... If Harry Potter starts gobbing off about the Labour Party in one of his, on a stage production, that actually does transfer to votes and power. And I think it's important. Anyway, when I say symbolism, I'm not just talking about the kind of naked virtue signalling that constitutes cultural currency for today's pseudo-Maoist tedium merchants. I love that line. Pseudo-Maoist tedium merchants, that's what they are. I'm talking about the deeper significance of symbolism and of semiotics, especially as they relate to the digital space. Our input of sensory stimulus has never been more mediated at any point than it is right now, definitely. Especially when our access to real life has been so brutally curtailed by the COVID scourge. Also true. Fucking real life's not even a thing anymore, is it? It says, who remembers the quaint-sounding term IRL? how much do you actually do in real life? Socialising, shopping, entertainment, education, banking, they're all increasingly taking place online. And I'm guilty, right? This is basically socialising and entertainment. Well, I lose the term very loosely, entertainment. That suggests a plan or have a script or apply even the most basic production values to this shit. But yeah, okay. Entertainment. They're all taking place online and they're all mediated experiences. Removed from physical experience, controlled by third parties. As the events of 2021 have shown, these third parties have agendas beyond merely signalling their ideology. Merely servicing your needs as a consumer, They want to signal their ideology. They want to change your way of thinking, and if they can't do that, it seems they don't want you to at all. No, they don't. They don't. Sorry, regards the chat there, Richard Bayliss. Who's that? I haven't heard of him. Let me do a Google. Interrupting, it's fine. Richard Bayliss. I've just given up my password there for Twitter. Not a problem. Richard Bayliss. I don't want to get rid of any of my BBC stuff. What's happened to him like? Anyone want to fill me in? Professor of Molecular Medicine and a member of the Ashbury Centre for... Is he getting massively stitched up? What about Richard Bayliss fundraiser? Let's have a look. Is that him? Dad was in a care home. Sister had legal power of attorney. He was not to have the COVID vaccine. Had the vaccine. Oh, right, had the vaccine, then he died. Fucking hell. I think that's a difficult one for me because until we know for exactly what's going on there, you can't really know whether it was that the vaccine is what fucked the guy, can you? Because obviously you could have just died of the coronavirus. I don't fully know, but anyway, yeah, go have a look at it. I'm happy to point people at it to have a quick gander. Back to the piece I was talking about. In spaces that rely entirely on the exchange of signs and symbols, in order to function, symbolism and its effects can be said to constitute an authentic reality. That's the shit they love going on about. I do hate left-wing. I just hate the way they speak. The lefty lexicon is terrible, isn't it? Constantly going on about bloody authentic reality. It's like it's their lexicon that, isn't it? Double your subs overnight, hang a rainbow NHS flag and wear a mask. Yeah, but not my subs, because my people that watch me aren't wankers. Where was I? Sorry, I am terrible at multitasking. Women are much better at multitasking than men, aren't they? I'm shocking. It says, to Marxist postmodernists, yes, they are a thing, or they definitely are a thing. All symbolism can be deconstructed and decontextualised to reveal the hidden power imbalances of an unjust society, which is why they're such fun at parties. It's also why control of mediated spaces is so important to them, as it enables people with the correct opinions to control the flow of symbols, control that which is allowed to be symbolised, and control the meaning of the symbols used within mediated spaces. They literally believe they can read your mind by decoding the symbols that you use, absent any information on your part. That's how their dog whistle gains uncritical acceptance. And in a postmodern climate, something as naive and pedestrian as mere innocent intent will not protect you from the slings and arrows of the Marxist mob. That is sort of mental, isn't it, how they do that? Like, you say something totally innocent. Like, I seen an old bloke on Jeremy Vine's show, and he used the term sunshine. He said to a bloke, you need to calm down, sunshine. And then the dude was like, dark as how or something, like a militant sort of, what would you call him, like a racial supremacist. And he started going apeshit with him because he said sunshine. Like, does anyone, is that a racial term? In my life, I've never heard anyone use that racially. Like, when I was a young lad, people used to say that all the time. You know, your dad would say, hey, up, sunshine. And apparently that's a thing now, which I've never even heard of. So you use it, and you're not even trying to be mean, and you didn't intend to be. And they'll go on about, oh yeah, you're a fucking arsehole. It's like, it doesn't matter what you meant. They just decide that what you meant's bad. And if you go, well, I didn't even know that. I was just like, you know, it was linked to this. They go, no, we'll tell you what it meant. You might have said it, knobhead, but we'll tell you what it meant. And I just think, what planet are these people on? It's crazy. It's crazy that your intent is irrelevant, right? Irrelevant. Same with, I read that the Americans really, really hate using the shortened term for Japanese. Like, to me, that is no more offensive than Brit for Brits. British, Brit. But over there, if you say that and you're old and you don't even, and you're foreign and it didn't mean anything to you, and you say, oh, my mate's a J, they go mental and go, oh my God, you're evil. And like, it's like, well, what if you used it in a sentence like, my best mate is a J? They go, oh yeah, you're evil, you. It's like, well, listen to the sentence. My best mate. You could say it was bad if you said, I absolutely hate J. But if you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, really weird how your terminology's not even... what you mean is irrelevant. They just decide what you meant. No, we'll tell you what you meant, knobhead. He's a black poet. Was that someone asking about Darkest How? Proper weirdo him. Who else am I looking at? Gadsad did an excellent video today on the New Culture Forum. Oh, I like Gadsad. He's quite good. Watched him a few times. Anyway, I want to finish this before I start going on about the BBC. He said, it doesn't matter what you meant, all that matters is how it made me feel as part of my lived experience. It's what they come out with, absolute shite. This quasi-Freudian approach to symbiology will impel a dead-eyed communist drone to inform you condescendingly that what you said didn't actually mean what you meant it to mean. And then treat you mean because of it. That's the funny thing about dog whistles. Only dogs can hear them. I like that line. I also like this. Was the thing that you said actually a racist statement, or is it that you're so BAME you probably think this song is about you? That's a good line, isn't it? You're so BAME, you probably think everything is about you. That's sorry for the terrible singing. That is them, isn't it? They see it everywhere. They don't care what you say or what you meant. They see them. They see their ideology. They see what they want to see. And that is them. They're so BAME, they probably think this song is about them. Every song is about them. I've always hated that, you know. This is what I've always hated about postmodernists and lefties and these deconstructionists. I hate the way they take all the stuff that I like and just decide that it means something else. You know how, like, it used to annoy me when I was in, like, secondary school, high school, if you're an American, and they used to do it with, like, literature. Like, I loved J.R. Tolkien, and then some kid, but I mean, at least you were just kids and nobody took it seriously. Some kid would write a piece for English class when we have to do, like, 2,000 word debate or something, and they'll go, oh yeah, Lord of the Rings, right? Well, actually, J.R. Tolkien was a racist, and the orcs were supposed to be all of the African people because he thought they were uncivilized and violent. So actually, Frodo was supposed to be like a neo-Nazi, and Gandalf was like the Grand Wizard of the KKK, right? It was all an allegory. And the orcs were all of like, you know, the indigenous peoples, the aboriginal peoples from Australia, and just start making shit up. And then they go, oh, yeah, there we go then. And then because they've wrote it, they decide it's true. Like, Lord of the Rings is all that, yeah? Because I decide it was. And that is what they're like. Like, they just decide this shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Lord of the Rings wasn't any of that. Tolkien just wanted to create an English mythology, and it was fantastic. And now they'll come and try and rubbish it and say, oh, actually, it was all about Second World War and racism. And it wasn't. It wasn't. I've heard people say that as well. And I know a lot about Tolkien. I've read everything I can about him. And I don't believe that any of it was meant to be allegorical for anything as fucking trivial as that. It'd be so obvious, wouldn't it? He was a fantastic writer. Yeah, neo-Nazi Frodo. Come to the Shire, the racially pure Shire. All they want to do is fucking eat turnips and get pissed and smoke baccy. And apparently they're all evil. If you decide it is, because you're a postmodernist, deconstructionist arsehole, then it is. It is. We'll tell you what it is. Not bad. So, yeah, it annoys me. It says, cultural skulls have awarded themselves the power to tell you what you mean, and because leftist ideologues control the spaces within which words, pictures and actions are exchanged, they also arrogate to themselves the power to punish you for it. This is how simply stating that you're in favour of controlled immigration leads you to be painted as though you are Joseph Goebbels 2.0. And that's true as well, isn't it? That is exactly true. Simply stating something as normal and milquetoast as has been said by every mainstream politician in every Western country for like 50 years. If you just say, yeah, like Obama did, we do have an immigration process people should follow, they'll go, fucking hell, Adolf. It's like, what are you talking about? Even Merkel thought there should be a controlled immigration process, and she got raged because she had to bend the rules when she let in 1 million people. And I remember when she was on TV and she made a little schoolgirl cry because she said to the schoolgirl, no, you have to follow the rules. Like, if you're going to get deported, it's because you didn't follow the rules. And the little girl started crying. Like, even she said follow the rules. But nowadays, if you go, oh yeah, we should have an immigration process, a fucking process at least, people go, ooh, Goebbels. It's like, no, not Goebbels. No, not even remotely Goebbels. Not even right wing, right? Even fucking Tony Blair might have been lax with immigration, but we had an immigration process. It wasn't literally Tony Blair when he was in charge. He didn't just go, right, fuck it, let everyone in. Everyone, sir? Yes, everyone. Just fill a truck with, in fact, kidnap people from the third world and fucking get them over here pronto. So we get the names, sir. No, fuck the names. I don't want names and addresses and dates and silly little things like passports. Just abscond with them from the third world and put them in a council house in Leeds. It didn't happen. I'll slag Tony Blair off till the cows come home, but he didn't do that. They might have encouraged people to move over here, but they had a process. There's always a process. But nowadays you say, oh, we should have a process, and they go, fucking hell. Well, you might as well start up the gas chambers then, Adolf. What are you talking about? Fucking lunatics. Anyway, this is how patriotism becomes recast as fatherlandism. This is how concern for the physical realities of transitioning from man to woman and the effect this might have on female-only spaces causes a cherished children's author to have her reputation trashed by the very children who platformed her in the first place. I mean, the way they behaved towards J.K. Rowling is obscene and absurd. Again, J.K. Rowling is a woke lefty. The amount of times I've seen J.K. Rowling talking woke shit on TV is staggering. And the second she went against a tiny sliver of woke ideology and said, maybe it's not a good idea to let burly labourers in frocks march into the rape crisis centre, all of a sudden she's evil. It's like, what percentage of the general public do you think support erasing women's spaces? Like, seriously, you can almost... Sauron did nothing wrong. Sadwings. Sauron, the Dark Lord that wished to end reality, did nothing wrong. Yeah, Sauron is a good lad, really. You just misunderstood Sauron. And he had such lovely glowing eyes. He's obviously healthy. He takes care of himself. But yeah, mental what they did to Rowling. And I don't agree with Rowling on fuck all either. I feel like I'm just constantly defending people all the time who I don't even like nowadays. All the people who I don't really like and don't really agree with, I'm constantly defending them. It's like, why don't they do it for anybody else? They're the twats who constantly go on about how they'll, like I said, defend your right to say it. Oh, I don't agree, but I'll defend your right to say it. Fuck, you lying twat. No, you won't. No, you won't. You will shriek with glee as I get deplatformed and then urge them to put me in prison. It's crazy. It says, this is precisely how you could probably expect a knock on the door for tweeting the words adult human female. Again, yeah. Adult human female. Knock on the door. Mental. If that sort of thing doesn't chill you at the core, you're not paying attention. The war for reality wrecks lives and the right is currently losing the war. When you play the game of reality, you either win or you are silenced. It's time to start playing the game. Yeah, we need to start playing the game. Totally agree with the sentiment, that piece. So there you go. Good, isn't it? Some good lines in there from Ryan Barker. Have a read. There's the link. What do you mean sign into chat? It's my chat, you lying bastards. This action cannot be performed inside Streamland's own BS. Fucking. It's my chat and I'm not even allowed to talk in it. Hang on. There we go. There it is. Winner. I don't think I like this Streamlag's malarkey as good as the other one. So let's do some BBC Spews, shall we? Some shite off the BBC. Absolute shite. Some of this made me laugh. First things first. Hello everyone. Welcome to the BBC Spews Live. Probably should have done that in the first place. But like I said, I don't have a script. Scripts are for losers. Real men wing it on a whim and talk complete fucking nonsense, unplanned. Yeah. It's like real men go to Thailand and go bareback. My mate H, 40 Commando, he used to love going to Thailand. He was a bit of a sexual deviant. And every single leave we got, he used to go to Thailand every time. And I came back from summer leave. I think I'd been in Japan or somewhere, you know. And he goes to me, all right, mate. I said, no, H, how are you doing? And I went to shake his hand and he went, I won't shake your hand, Matty. And I was like, why? And he said, well, I went to Thailand for leave and he said, the doc told me, there's good news and there's bad news, H. And he said, well, what's the bad news first? He said, the bad news is you've got herpes, syphilis, and a particularly aggressive dose of Thai gonorrhea. He said it's like, the Thai goners is worse than most of them. He said it's particularly virulent and we're going to have to get you on about 6 different drugs and a treatment over a few weeks to cover it all. And he said, fuck, what's the good news? And he said, the good news is whatever you've got will fucking eat what you're going to catch now. He said, if you start going bareback in England, everything you've got will fucking eat whatever comes near your despicable festering cock for the next few months. He said, so, you know, winner, Thai goners is such a virulent strain that you're basically immune to anything you can catch on this continent. Yes, it was umbrella time. Yeah. Never had the pleasure of the umbrella myself, but can you actually see that? Yeah, you can. Okay, so this video, just sort of spin some vague dits about sexually transmitted diseases there, just to set the tone, right? You guys know the tone we like to keep on my channel. It's low. Keep it low and you can't fuck anything up, can you? As long as you keep the tone low consistently, nobody's going to get any surprises. So let's just watch this video. I've included this because on this week's BBC Spews, I mentioned... oh yeah, the Geordie Squaddy on Alan Partridge. I do remember that, yeah, funny. The way he tails off at the end makes it sound like he's talking about a car. Quality. I'm putting this on because I mentioned it on the BBC Spews, right? This woman didn't do anything wrong. Again, damn them for making me defend the BBC. It's ironic that on the BBC Spews, I'm defending the BBC on the BBC Spews. But when you're right here. And she needs to be defended. It was the most tepid, milquetoast questioning you'll ever see. And somehow, because we have a ruling elite now that you're not allowed to criticise, and that's why the grooming gangs thing went on for so long and nobody did anything about it, because we cannot criticise these people. You just can't do it. And just watch what this is. This is a brief exchange of what was going on during that interview.
Female imams are there in the UK at the moment? Just because I presume we'll get to this more, but representing of course, women, which you will do as part of this. How many do we have in Britain?
I mean, I think, again, I wouldn't have a clue on these numbers, because my role is making sure that we include our affiliates, particularly women, in the work that we are doing, and making sure that our structures, as well as the work we do, are truly representative.
That's that. A couple of times she said, how many female imams are there? Obviously, we all know the answer, right? We all know the answer. And the fact that she completely refused to answer it, ever, just shows what the crack is. We know the answer. She was just trying to bait her into saying none. None. But she wouldn't do it. So, apparently, doing that is enough to get you absolutely hammered by the powers that be. I'm so angry at this. Pure ignorance from the presenter. And they call everyone else haters, these people, don't they? I told you what really, really annoys me about the lefties at the moment is their transparently absurd, infantile attempt to culturally appropriate the term snowflake or triggered. Have you noticed that? Like reading that piece, the reality war at the bottom. There's a knobhead straight away giving it the, oh yeah, you're all triggered. It's like, it's sort of ridiculous that you call right-wingers snowflakes. Disagreeing with a left-wing arsehole doesn't make you a snowflake, right? They didn't just come up with that word, snowflake, because you happen to occasionally disagree with someone. That's not what it is. It's someone who claims to be so fucking weak and pathetic and oppressed that they need to be sheltered from opinions. That's a snowflake. That's what triggered is. They give trigger warnings themselves. Me doing this isn't me being triggered, and this isn't me being a snowflake. It's me complaining, and it's me disagreeing and arguing. But fucking triggered. Yeah, the steal, it proper annoys me. So, I mean, I suppose the art's purposely trying to annoy us, so mission accomplished. But it just really irritates me how it doesn't just mean disagree. Ooh, you're disagreeing with me. Triggered. No, that's not it. You say you're triggered. You're the ones who every time you have a fucking conference, you have to start it with 10 different trigger warnings. That's what triggered means. Doesn't just mean, ooh, you disagreed with me once. Triggered snowflake. You fucking dopey twat. You tell us you're triggered. You have trigger warnings. That's what it means. It doesn't mean once upon occasionally disagree with a communist, for fuck's sake. And look at this guy. Absolute shithead responding to that piece and says, take a step back and take a long look. The government wants to pretend they're defending your freedom against non-existent woke activists. Non-existent, right? Just like they've been denying cancel culture. Cancel culture doesn't exist. What? So the 100,000 people that have been fucking cancelled, fired, sacked, fined, interviewed by the police, threw off Twitter, threw off Facebook, fucking, that's just a fiction, is it? This guy, oh yeah, non-existent woke activist. Non-existent. The non-existent fucker, well obviously Angry Bootneck replied. I said, I love how Tim basically proved the author right. Years of fucking insanity. Digital, what was it I put? Where's that fucking thing gone? Yeah. Digital lynch mobs, several dozen murders, including a police chief, and a couple $1 billion in property damage, and the woke activists are non-existent. Honestly, these people are fucking crazy. Non-existent. Who went after J.K. Rowling then? Ghosts. Who had to go at J.K. Rowling? A fucking Lord Voldemort. They're mental, aren't they? Mental. Non-existent. What? 10,000 blokes throwing bricks at fucking coppers for 6 months. Who was that then? Non-existent. They were just Yoda was fucking flinging bricks with his mind bullets. These people are fucking mental. They're just living in an alternate reality. I don't know how else I can put it. People who write for the BBC and these lefty activists that apparently are non-existent are fucking mental. You might as well deny the grass is fucking green. They are completely off their tits. And how Tim Wankshaft typed that with a straight face is beyond me. Absolutely beyond me. So yeah, that was the interview. And then just hatred, vitriol, and thousands of people saying she has to get fired. For what? For asking a question you didn't like? Well, there's lots of questions I don't like. Haven't you had too much to drink? There's a fucking question I don't like. Doesn't mean you should get fired for asking it. Yeah? Do you think you should be masturbating on this public bus? There's another question I don't like. Doesn't mean the police officer should be fired for asking a perfectly valid question of me. Christ almighty. These people are insane. Oh, look. I got a comment on the BBC Spews. Oh yeah, that was because some twat just went, what was it he said? Another waste of space, best totally ignored. Might be talking about me, not sure. I just said, why bring Keir Starmer up there? What are we talking about him for? This one is another example of people getting cancelled. You know, right, just because I thought I'd bring up a few famous examples of, even though it's fictional and nobody ever gets cancelled, and that doesn't happen. Justin Thomas, right? If anyone doesn't know, Justin Thomas was playing golf. He took a shot and he missed a dead easy putt. And he was pissed off, and under his breath, he went, fucking meatball. English meatball is the word he used. Yeah, if you're American, you must have guessed by now. Rhymes with maggot. Let's just say that. Rhymes with maggot, and it's an English meatball. And he said that to himself under his breath, fucking maggot. And they went absolutely ballistic. Said it was inexcusable. He threw himself on his sword straight away, apologised, did all of the mea culpas. He said, I'm extremely embarrassed. But he said, it's not the kind of person that I am or anything that I do. Like, do normal people think that makes you a bad person? Everyone, Louis C.K. talked about it, and he did a comedy skit on it that was funny, and he was saying, you know, when people say that word, no, unless you are spitting it with hatred at a gay person, it doesn't mean what you think it means. You people are saying what it means. We're saying it, and you're telling us what you think it means. It's not relevant what you tell me. The only person who knows what it means is me. I'm saying it. So I decide what it fucking means. And when you say that word, when you're like with a bunch of your mates, you basically mean stop being a wimp. It's a synonym for wimp. Everybody knows it. 99% of gay men don't get offended. When I'm in the States, in Pasadena near my house, there's a big game store there that's mint called Game Empire. And I used to always go in there and play 40k. When I first moved out there, I haven't played for a few years. And I used to play 40k with a gay bloke. Good mate of mine now, I've known him fucking years, called Rex. And he was gay, and I would drop that word quite regularly. But no offence taken, because he knows what you mean. You mean stop being a pussy, stop being a wimp. But they decide, no. The fact that you uttered it means actually you're evil. You're not. You're not. They make out as if tone and content is totally irrelevant. And it's not only very relevant, it's pretty much the only thing that is relevant. If you're being hateful, you're being hateful. But if you're not being hateful, you're not. So don't apologise. Justin Thomas should have said, get a fucking life, you sad bastards. That's what needs to happen. We just need someone to stand up for themselves. And I'm sure the dam will break and everyone will start doing it. Like, seriously, a lot of people have told me in my personal life, people I know, big girls' blouse, yeah, you'll get in trouble for that nowadays. Two-tone. It's fucking ridiculous. But seriously, a lot of people I know in my personal life, my family and friends, have said to me, oh, you want to watch what what you're saying on your YouTube channel, like you'll get sacked if your boss finds out. And I'm like, no, I won't. I won't. I've got hundreds of thousands of fucking hours. Well, maybe not hundreds of thousands, but probably. I think I've made about 250 videos by now. I'm happy to stand by every single thing that I've said. And if they want a fucking piece of me, go for it. Like if I was reported to because I work for quite a big corporation, if I was reported to my employer by one of these woke shitheads, then I'd say, well, let's have it then. I'll see you in court. Because I'm not apologising for being fucking normal. Normal. It's not against the law to be normal. Right? There's a lot of things that I don't agree with in the British legal system at the minute, but it's not against the fucking law to be normal. Jacob Rees-Mogg isn't Hitler. Boris Johnson is not the fucking king of the fucking genocide camp. You're allowed to be conservative. Yeah? Again, it might be controversial, probably blowing some fucking minds here on YouTube. You're allowed to be a conservative. It's allowed. It's allowed. It's perfectly legal. It's perfectly reasonable. And they've won the last fucking 13 years of general elections. 13 years they've been in charge. And you say, I'm a conservative, and they go, fucking evil. It's like, no, not evil. The opposite of evil. And they win all the time. But apparently, it's conservative. Being conservative is controversial. Fucking isn't. Moggy is a funny toff, Mr. Armchair. But Moggy's entitled to his opinion. Yeah? Jeremy Corbyn. Hornblower. Dopey, shit for brains, spunk trumpet that he is. He's entitled to his opinion, and he's allowed to be a ridiculous pseudo-communist. He's allowed to be that. Again, only one side thinks they can come for your job and your family and your livelihood and fucking ruin you just for having an opinion they don't like. You are allowed to be conservative. You're allowed to be right-wing. You're probably not legally allowed to be far-right these days in so many ways, because even though I disagree with the term hate speech nowadays, because they just use it for anything, and if you use it for everything, it's meaningless. But I'll meet them halfway and say, yeah, that they're pretty much inherent to being far right. It will involve breaking the law, because you probably will be saying things that you could argue will be tantamount to inciting violence. But if you're just a milquetoast run-of-the-mill conservative, or even very conservative, but still just a conservative, yeah, you're not going down the line of racial segregation and shit, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to be a conservative. Jacob Rees-Mogg's not broken any laws. He keeps winning his fucking seat. He's extremely popular in Somerset. You are allowed to be a conservative. So don't be afraid, is what I would tell Justin Thomas and this fucking BBC woman who's getting it in the neck now, with Zara Mohammed. It's like, listen, have some courage of your convictions, and the next time one of these fucking celebrities, sports stars, BBC interviewers, the next time one of them gets attacked by the fucking woke mob, stand your ground and say, fuck you. Well, no, don't say that, because they don't like you swearing either. Stand your ground and say, you move. I'm not moving, right? Like Captain America, plant your feet like the tree of truth and say, you move, shithead. Because I'm happy to stand by every single thing I've said. Justin Thomas should have said, I'm sorry I swore on television, but that is the way me and my friends talk when we're playing golf with each other and we're being a bit weak. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat at the same time. And we're being a bit sort of, boisterous. We just mean stop being a wimp. It's a synonym for wimp. Got nothing at all to do with homophobia, and I never have been homophobic. So forget about it. And the public will support you. Most lefties even will support you. Like, I know, again, some of you guys probably fucking don't want to hear that. But a lot of leftists, at least, that we might disagree on policy, but most of the people that I hang out with in California are Democrats. Most of them aren't cool with seriously ruining people's lives just because they disagreed on some fucking... They like Trump. They don't think just because you voted Trump you're evil and you should be getting fired. Because you're allowed to. It's such a common thing. Literally millions and millions, tens of millions of Americans vote Republican. But the left-wing activists make out that if you do it, you're controversial. By definition, if everybody does it, it's not controversial. They can try and make it controversial by bending reality, because they do that, because they're all completely off the tits. But it's not controversial. By definition, pretty much if you just know the dictionary definitions of words, you can't be controversial if fucking 50% of the country says or thinks the exact same thing you say. It's like when Trump, do you remember when Trump, I was living out there at the time, do you remember when Trump said shithole? Like, oh, someone, so-and-so's come over from this shithole, and they went, oh my God, that means he's Hitler. It's like, no, nobody thinks that. 90%, 100% of Republicans and 90% of Democrats didn't think that was that bad. Didn't think it was that controversial. Because what percentage of the human race, what percentage of normal British and American people do you think occasionally use the term shithole? What percentage? 99%? Okay, maybe there's a few priests who don't swear. But if 99% of the country uses the term shithole occasionally, by definition, it is physically fucking impossible for that word to be controversial. You might as well say shagging in the missionary position is controversial. It isn't. It isn't. Taking the dog for a walk on a Sunday, controversial, you cunt. It's not. It's not. Everybody does it. If everybody does it, it's not controversial. So I'm sorry, shitheads, being a Conservative, voting for Jacob Rees-Mogg, wearing a fucking monocle and a top hat and being a bit of a posh bastard isn't controversial. So get over it. And using the F word to refer to someone as being weak or lacking in courage is not controversial, and it never will be as long as there is a hole in my arse. So suck it up and get on with your lives. Snowflakes, right? There's a correct use of the term. Stop being a fucking snowflake and crying because someone used a word you don't like, and get on with your life. There's more important things to worry about. Go for a walk, go and hang out with your friends and family, suck your boyfriend off, do whatever you fucking like. But do something useful with your time instead of crying about nasty words, you sad bastard. Fucking hell, ISIS is throwing everyone off the roofs and you want to cry because a golfer used a fucking word you don't like? Jesus wept. Anyway, that was a rant I didn't even intend to start, but here you go. You know, these things happen. The fury just overtakes me. This one made me laugh. US plane scatters engine debris over Denver homes, right? I'm not scared of flying. You can't be when you're a Royal Marine. Monument, the F word, is the one that rhymes with maggot. Ragnar, oh yeah, hit the like button. Yeah, cheers. Cheers for that. There's always someone who does my job for me. Yeah, hit the like button. I am terrible at shilling, aren't I? I really need to get better at that. So where are we next? Oh yeah, so I'm not scared of flying. Being a bootneck, you can't be, for three very good reasons. First of all, the British military are tight as fuck, so we still use aircraft that are ancient. When I was in Northern Ireland, I got on a Wessex, and I watched the fucking thing crash. Seriously, while I was out there, I'm not spinning dits. When I was out in South Armagh, the Wessex crashed into the fucking hillside and rolled down the cunt. So when you watch that, you sort of go, yeah, I guess I'm not scared of flying. Not really. I'm willing to get on them. I'm going to Google that out of interest now. Wessex crash. South Armagh. It's got to be on the fucking news. Unless it wasn't a Wessex, maybe it was a Puma. Is it a Puma? Yeah, there we go. That's when I was in NI. 2 people, a soldier and a civilian, remain in critical condition after a crash in South Armagh, 2002. Yeah, Puma helicopter, carrying, Jonesborough. I was at Forkhill. And I literally watched the fucking thing roll down the hill. Someone said like, whoa, one of the choppers has just crashed. And I went, fuck. And then I looked out the back window of the SF base. And sure enough, there was a fucking helicopter rolling down a hill. I was like, shit. Yeah. And then you go, fucking hell. He's going to have a severe limp. Anyway, get on that chopper. Like, that's what it was like when I was out there. Yeah, so, I mean, I shouldn't laugh because I believe the pilot ended up disabled from the waist down. So he was pretty fucked. But, yeah, that's what it was like in the car. It was literally like, oh, I hope they walk away from it. Taylor, get on that fucking chopper. Yes, boss. Yeah. So, of course, I'm not scared of flying. However, if I was in a fucking plane, and this was happening, I think my arsehole would be going 50p, 5p. I'd be like, yeah, that wouldn't be an enjoyable thing. 50p, 5p ring piece all the way till I was safely on the ground. Not very nice. Let's just watch. You imagine looking out the window. Hey, what's the view like, missus? I reckon there'll be a few. Can you see that? Oh, that's weird. It's not showing up on. Oh no, it's just when I switch windows. So yeah, there you go. Boeing jet scattered debris over a residential area in Denver, and its engines were on fire. It said it landed with 231 passengers and there was no injuries. But can you imagine that landed in your fucking front garden? Just, watering your plants. Whadumph. What the fuck? And, yeah, made me laugh, that one. Yeah, look at that. He was lucky. He missed his truck by fucking 2 foot. So, yeah, that made me laugh. So, I just thought I'd drop that one in. That's one of the few BBC stories this weekend that didn't fill me with hate and rage. So, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, they do realise that planes can operate on one engine, but it's still the type of thing where if you're a strawberry mivvy and you're sitting on a plane, you'll be shitting yourself on. Is the point I was making. I'm sure I could chuckle about it because I wouldn't be convinced I was dead, but it would be funny to see people freaking out. I was on an RAF flight coming home from Afghanistan. I swear down, I don't know what went wrong, but I believe it was something to do with pressure, and it went from like 30,000 feet to like fucking 4,000 feet in about 20 seconds, and everyone on the plane absolutely shit themselves. And me, seriously, I mean, it sounds like I'm blowing my own trumpet at this point, but I don't know what it is with me, but I just find it like, maybe because I'm nihilistic and I don't really care about my life that much. I just think, I didn't really get terrified. I found it funny. Like, when I think I'm going to die, I start laughing. So I was like, I take pleasure in seeing people freak out. Like, it makes me laugh. So I didn't shit myself then. But I can see why people would be terrified, and it would give me a chuckle when I was on the plane. So yeah, that was good. Bit of light-hearted stuff from the BBC for a change. Here's another good one, right? Get ready for liftoff again. Let's get ready to be enraged. The fucking can't do anything on the BBC. You can't even go to BBC Sport. Like, I just clicked on football, and you get LGBT plus. Let's talk about the fucking gays again. Like, it's again. Everyone who's watching this, all my long-time subscribers, like I said, I am as gay-friendly as it is possible to be without routinely pleasuring male sailors, yeah? The only way I could be any more gay-friendly is if I frequently wanked men off with my arse cheeks, right? That is it. I'm not in any way homophobic because I'm a liberal. I'm a socially liberal, non-religious person, and I think a grown man, if you're 20 years old and you want to fucking do coke and daisy chain round a gay disco with 20 blokes, I respect your right to do that in the privacy of your gay disco, yeah? If everyone in there is into the same shit, you crack on. Same as why I'm always sticking up for religious people, the churches. I get annoyed with the militant atheists. Again, because I guess I'm a centrist in all things, right? I'll defend the gays' rights to daisy chain around the gay club, and I'll defend the churchgoers' rights to be spared seeing people in gimp masks waving giant spiky dildos in the middle of the town centre on a fucking Sunday afternoon? Does that make me? Right? It doesn't make me religious. I'm an atheist. But it also doesn't make me homophobic. I just want balance. Balance in everything. Yin and yang. The world's big enough for us all. The gays can go and fucking dance around the gay bars. And the churchgoers can go to the churches because they like it in church. Leave them alone, right? I want the gays to be left alone to daisy chain around the gay clubs and the religious people to be left alone to not daisy chain around the church, unless it's a really, really fucking weird church, right? The world's big enough for all of us, is my opinion. And I don't understand why fucking people can't just relax and allow people to do their own thing. So anyway, I went off on a tangent. I'm not homophobic. I'm not anti-LGBT plus any fucking thing. But why do you have to bring it up all the time? All the time. Like I said, my gay mate Rex, who's married to a bloke, and he's a fucking good mate of mine, and I fucking play 40k with him. We talk about 40k. We talk about Warhammer fluff. We talk about sports and politics. The fact that he's gay is incidental, minuscule, 0.5% of his personality, because we don't spend all week on the nest, do we? I mean, unless I'm doing it wrong, you don't spend much time fucking, right? Not that much time. Like in your average week, when my missus, again, I know I'm British, maybe once or twice a week these days, like she's always complaining at me because I'm fucking, reading The Hobbit and she's desperate for some hot cock action, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, I'm not French. But let's say you do it twice a week. What's wrong with that? You're only shagging about 30, 40 minutes in your week. Why should that be something that you mention all the time? But these fucking people can't do anything without talking about what they are. Oh, by the way, I'm gay. By the way, I'm gay. By the way, I'm gay. Oh, by the way, I sucked a bloke off yesterday. I don't care. I don't care. If the most important thing about you is, or most interesting thing about you is what you put your cock in, or what you rub your fucking quim up against, you're a boring cunt. You need a hobby. Go do something else. Learn to paint, play the piano, take up rowing, any fucking thing, but do something other than bore me shitless by talking about what you're into. I don't care what you are. I don't care what you fuck. I don't care if you're a lesbian or a raving homosexual that likes to be airtight 7 days a week. I couldn't give a flying fuck. Don't care. I don't care what my straight friend... You know what I mean? We don't sit there when I get with all my mates in the pub and I'm like, oh, well, did you shag your missus last night? Yeah, it was quality. What positions did you use? Oh, well, I like to switch it up, like... I fancy a bit of bagpiping. What's bagpiping? Oh, well, I stand behind her and fuck her armpit. I don't care. I don't care. Never, ever bring it up. Never, ever bring it up. Don't talk about my brother. Don't talk about my dad. Don't talk about my friends. I don't care about your sex life. Christ almighty. And that's it. That's what they do now. Some, again, not all, because I know plenty of gay men who, frankly, loads of gay men must be embarrassed as fuck. I know plenty of gay men, and they're not like this. So they must be embarrassed as fuck. Like, seriously, they must be cringing every time, these twats start up stonewalled. Seriously, if I was a gay man, I'd be like, Jesus, it's so embarrassing and condescending. They make you look bad. If you're a gay man watching this, I'm sure there's plenty. 300 people watching this, got to be a few gays and lesbians in there somewhere, and you're embarrassed. I don't care that you're gay. I'll go to a gay bar, long as the drink's cheap. I'm a tight fucker. I'll hang out with gay people, anything. I don't care. And you're embarrassed by it. Just do something else. Fuck me. So, yeah, that does my head in. I really am sick of it. So let's watch this video out of morbid curiosity. For a little bit, I'm not doing the full 6 minutes. It'll make me cringe so hard my fucking neck snaps. But let's see, out of morbid curiosity, what the BBC thinks they should be reporting about LGBT plus fan groups from Arsenal, Norwich and Hull and Dulwich Hamlet share their experiences at football grounds and tell everyone what could be done to improve it for everyone. Fucking, I want to know what the suggestions are going to be for improving it. You know what we should do to improve the football matches? What? Ooh, well, everyone should come out dressed as a fucking gimp. If we can get the manager lead the star striker out on all fours, and he's dressed up as a gimp, and the manager's waving a giant purple dildo around in the team colours, It's like, no, just let them play football. What's your sexuality got to do with football? The straight fans don't go, you know what, we need more tits at the football. No, it doesn't happen. It's like thousands of men in a stadium and not one of them has ever said, this could be improved by more tits. We're not interested. We're there for the football. Football. Just go and watch the football. I don't want to see some bloke's fucking lungs at the football, right? I don't want to see a gay man in a gimp suit spread his arse cheeks, show me his lungs in the middle of the game. Just let us be left alone and keep football grounds for football. That's it. Not being homophobic, but I just don't care. Anyway, come on, let's watch a minute. Am I welcome here? Yeah. Yeah. Done. Shall I turn it off? Done. Yeah. They've been going for fucking 100 years. 200 years. How long have we been watching football in England? Fucking 100 years. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, no one even knows. Unless you tell them or you go in riding a fucking two gay men dressed as a unicorn, clippity, cloppity, clip, with a fucking wig on, like Dame Edma sitting on a fucking pantomime unicorn. Unless you go in through the turnstiles like that, no one even has the first clue that you're gay anyway. So of course you're welcome there. You're just making a problem that doesn't exist. It's like, let's say you've got a very small cock. Go on the BBC, make a video. Am I welcome? I've got a penis like a AAA battery. Am I welcome here? Well, unless you whip it out when you're walking through the turnstile, nobody knows that you've got a small penis, so it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Nobody knows, so you are welcome. You are welcome there. Forget about it.
A lot of people, like myself, felt that they weren't welcome within the game because you would hear slurs and people would shout at players who'd gone down on the soft challenge, get up your puff and things like that, and it really made you feel...
I love the earrings. If you really want to be conspicuous, wear tea cosy and earrings, yeah? I'm not sure I'm welcome here, so I'm going to wear purple Dame Edma glasses and fucking earrings and a tea cosy on my head, yeah? That'll do it. So I'm saying, they don't believe their own bullshit, do they? He knows he's welcome. Because if he was worried about not being welcome, he would just take the glasses off, wear contact lenses, and take the earrings out, right? Just walk in, blend in. So you know you're welcome. You know you're welcome, or else you wouldn't have the confidence to wear the purple Dame Edmund glasses and the fucking Christmas decorations through your lugs and the fucking tea cosy on your head. So, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, mate. And you should be welcome, right? Again, definitely got no time for homophobia. I mean, not actual homophobia, as opposed to merely saying fucking words they don't like. I've got no time for homophobia. No one should ever be made to feel small or bullied or threatened because of the sexuality. Definitely got no time for that at all. And if that did happen to me and my mate when we were in Val d'Isere. There was some bloke proper having a go at a gay bloke, and my mate John thinks he's the Justice Avenger because he just loves fighting. And he started going over and having a fucking massive barney with these blokes because they were picking on a gay bloke. I've got no time for homophobia. But stop going on about it.
Like, hang on, they're talking about me.
They're not talking about you.
Go to an environment that's dominated by men.
See what I was saying earlier, right? That's what... You're so bam, you think everything is about you. Oh, they're talking about me there. No, they're not. They're not. It's just a curse word. Stop being a, maggot. Oh, he's talking about me there. Taps you on the shoulder. Are you fucking talking about me? Huh? Don't even know you. Yeah, you talking about me, you cunt. No, don't. I didn't even know you were sitting there. No, you were definitely talking about me. Fucking narcissism is it. They think everything is all about them.
And you might not necessarily feel like you fit. How much are you really enjoying it when you can't really be your authentic self?
You can't really be your authentic self at the fucking football. What are you going to do? Start scissoring your girlfriend over the fucking seats? What are you going to do? And the ball's gone out for a throw-in, and the ball boy just has to step over the two lesbians going at it hell for leather on the fucking touchline, muffing a fucking girlfriend out next to the fucking white line. What do you mean you can't be your authentic self at the football? Nobody is fucking at the football. I've never once seen a straight couple going at it at the football stadium. Ever. I've been to thousands of football matches. I had a season ticket at Middlesbrough for fucking years. Never once did I see a bloke bumming his missus senseless over the fucking back seat. Yeah, fall your missus over the fucking bench and get fired into her, you know, for the half-time show. What the fuck do you mean you can't be yourself? Christ almighty. Scissoring your missus at the fucking football.
You know, I did feel I was kind of hiding something of myself and worried about what would happen to the friends I made at the football if I came out as a trans woman.
These guys just got on their seats and were like just going queer, 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 right? Like not far away at all.
Don't believe you. Don't believe you. And that's not a chant, right? The chants are always via the form of a song or something, right? They'll go like, good one at the Borough match. There's only one Bobby Robson, walking stick, Zimmer frame, Bobby Robson's pissed the bed again. Hey, there's a good one. Gentleman Bobby Robson as well. I really like Bobby Robson. What a great man he was. Still take the piss out of him. It's all part of the crack. But yeah, I love Bobby Robson. Again, actually, that makes my point as well, doesn't it? You're not being mean a lot of the time. It's just bant. But I don't believe that happened. Because that's not even a chant, is it? Or a song. Just repeating the same one word. Short word over and over again. Queer, queer, queer. It sort of doesn't work. It doesn't work. You know like how the Americans go, USA, USA, USA. Because it like works. Because it's a nice short three letters. You don't get it over here. You don't get people going, Britain, Britain, Britain. Because it sounds shit. Well, queer, 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 queer over and over again. Sounds shit. So I don't believe that happened.
And it was so intimidating and really quite scary.
I think the main point to start on is Justin Fashanu. So was the first £1 million.
It's a sin. What a class tune. Love a bit of Pet Shop Boys.
Black footballer, a brilliant player, played for the likes of Norwich, Nottingham
Oh.
Forest.
I'll tell you what. Justin Fashanu. Let's look at that, shall we? Justin Fashanu's goal against fucking goal of the season. Absolutely class. Let's see if I can find it. I love that. Just to drop a bit of actual football in here and break up the annoying... There we are. Justin Fashanu, goal of the season. Look at this absolute cracker.
Dance. Case in his defensive role. Ryan, Fashanu. Oh, what a goal! Oh, that's a magnificent goal!
Absolute corker, that wasn't it? Proper leathered it. Did a little turn, boot, get in.
Ryan,
Up,
Fashanu.
boot.
Oh,
Fucking cracker. Absolute corker from Mr. Fashanu. And it was shocking what happened to him. Oh, you were there when Fash scored that, John. Fucking quality. Absolute belter. But what happened to him, again, look, blame your own, right? His brother disowned him. His brother was horrible to him. There's loads of reasons why Justin Fashanu took his own life. And again, it's not all about being gay. There's going to be tons of reasons. It trivialises suicide and depression to say that just being a little bit upset because someone calls you a slur is enough to make you kill yourself. It's a severe mental condition. And it's really, really, really bad. And that's why you kill yourself. It's not just like, oh my God, someone was mean to me once. So that was shocking what happened to him. But again, what relevance has that got? Does that mean we've got to turn every single fucking football stadium into a fucking gay shrine? Like, get rid of all the iconography from the football, just hang some giant rubber cocks off the fucking seats. Just leave it alone. Yeah, that... That's right as well, Andy, by the way. There is no way he's old enough to remember Justin Fashanu. Definitely not.
And came out as gay.
In so many ways, he was excluded as a foster kid, as a black kid in a predominantly white county, and then, recognising he was gay. So he was incredibly brave to decide that I'm just going to come out, you know, no one's done it before. And I think he thought he could deal with it.
Yeah, there's no evidence that that's why he killed himself. Might have had like severe clinical depression. Not going to just gone, oh, I'm gay, might as well top myself. There's no evidence for that.
Just such a delightful player, and his style and his prowess haven't dated. You can still tell that he would have been an amazing footballer if he was playing today, you know, if he was a young man today.
Well, anyway, I've had enough of this shit. What's this one? Chapter 3. Nothing changed. Well, it did change. It did change. So the short version is hope not hate. All of the same trite fucking slogans. So the short version, folks, you are welcome at the football if you're gay. It's about football, not about anything else. It's not 99% football, 1% cock. Yeah, it's not 95% football, 5% fucking celebration of heterosexuality. It's just 100% football. Go to the stadium. I've been fucking thousands of times. Go in. Nobody talks about shagging. You watch the football, you talk about football, you have a pint and a pie, and then you fucking go home. There is no requirement for tits, minge, piss flaps, arseholes, anything to come up. No one talks about felching, docking, schnarking. I'm trying to think of all the sexual sexual terms I go with. Nothing. Just football. Just turn up, watch the football, talk about the football, fucking leave. Yeah? Done and dusted. Fuck, it's 5:30. I've been going for ages. I didn't realise it was that. Right, I'll do one more and then I'm leaving because I'm going to meet my friends online for a game at 6:30. What did I want to watch? Teenagers arrested after car stolen. That made me laugh, so I was going to talk about that. Matt Hancock, I was going to talk about him, but I can't be arsed anymore. Suffice it to say, I don't like Matt Hancock, but again, I think our modern courts and judiciary are 100% corrupt and biased, and they all have a role to play. And I think we need to scrap Tony Blair's partisan Supreme Court and go back to the old way of doing things. Teenager arrested after car, we'll do this one because it was funny. Made me laugh. 2 teenagers, little chavs, pinched a car. Now they've been arrested for kidnapping because there was 2 kids inside. You'd be fucking gutted, wouldn't you? If you're just a little chavvy kid and you want to sniff some glue and go for a fucking drive. How gutted would you be if you like tear assing off down the road and then you look behind you and there's 2 little bastard kids in the car seat? You'd be like, shit. Can we just like take it back and forget this ever happened? I'll just quickly do a U-turn, drive back. Oh, sorry, mate. I thought this was my car. It looks just like mine at home. See you later. There's your keys. Because you're done, aren't you? The coppers don't care about fucking solving little crimes. Burglary, robbery, all that shit. They don't care. You'll get away with it all day long. But when there's a kidnapping, they have to get involved. So I felt sorry for them fuckers. Poor bastards. So that made me laugh, yeah. Anyway, I think we'll call it a day, boys and girls. That's me done for about an hour, I think, there. In other news, check the links. I do have now. I've started a subscribe start after lots of people have been volunteering to throw money at me for fucking ages. So I've started a subscribe start. If you're skinned, don't feel the need to pitch in. Frankly, I work for a living. I don't need to worry about you bastards giving me money. But if you're paying some arsehole who's totally shit at this. I mean, how many useless twats are on YouTube? Most of them are about as funny as watching your house burn down, yeah, watching your granddad get raped by Somalian pirates. Things that aren't funny. So take your money off them and give it to me, because frankly, I'm much better at this than they are. And if it motivates me to make more videos, well, then we're all going to do well, aren't we? If you don't want to go on there, I've also got a tip jar you can have a look at. Kofi or something, which is a bit shit. Sounds like Kofi Annan, the fucking guy who used to run the United Nations. I've definitely got nothing to do with the United Nations. You can also give me some at Kofi if you want to buy me some cans. If you don't, fuck you. You don't have to. Thanks for watching, guys. I always appreciate the input in the chat. Gives me plenty to talk about. Sad Wings, stop slagging off football. You need to be fit. You need to be fit to play football. I know the Americans always say it's the gayest thing ever. Like, I was arguing with a big fat American bloke, Sad Wings, when I was in the bar in LA, and he was like, oh, football's like the he did say the terms, he's going to upset people. He's like, oh, that's the gayest sport ever. And I was like, mate, I'm not being funny, but like, you're about 45 pounds overweight and you've got tits. You could not play football. Have you ever tried to play football? You have to run about, your knees are fucked, and you do about 10 mile in a game. At least be impressed by the athleticism. So, yeah, Sadwings, we will disagree about football, but other than that, you are a fine Bootneck fan. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this live edition of the BBC Spews, and I'll see you through the week. All right? I hope everyone's holding up well with this fucking lockdown. It's doing my head in. Keep smiling. If you need to talk, reach out to me, and I'll talk shit to you all day long. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon. Take it easy. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Hey, look, it tells you when people subscribe. There we go. This is why I moved to Streamlabs. It does shit like that. Whoa, there's somebody else. This is fucking brilliant. All this forgiven Streamlabs. This is spot on. I get to see Frankenstein on screen when people subscribe. Winner. Right, cheers, guys. I'll see you all very soon.